From the House of Songo, this is Gaytopix, the only gay source for hot topics and gay news. Good afternoon. Today is Tuesday, September 24th, 2019. It's Undercover Tuesdays. Please comment and drop those emojis below. Welcome to my house. I'm your host, PAPISONGO, the only host to bring you the latest gay and lesbian headlines and breaking news. This is Undercover Tuesdays. I'm live outside, across the street there, where my finger is, the Leatherman, New York City. The retail merchant has been serving the gay S&M fetish community for more than 50 years at its flagship store here on Christopher Street, New York City. My team, the I.A.B, Industry Analysis Bureau, and I will go undercover inside this iconic retail store. Opened in June 1965, it is widely regarded as New York's best source for S&M, leather, and kink supplies, and most notably, adult toys. They recently came under fire after allegations of racism. The site says, "We strive to offer exceptional customer service and hope you will enjoy your shopping experience with us. We appreciate your business." End quote. But in late 2018, gay adult film star Max Connor accused the store of racism in full force. After kicking Max Connor out of the store in December, the Leatherman store has responded to allegations of racism. In a statement posted on Instagram that described the accusations as rumors and misinformation, the leather and kink retailer spoke to its long history of inclusion through a pre-Stonewall era and beyond. After 50 years, it's still here, and this is the only time it's ever been accused of such an accusation. We are deeply saddened that the specific interaction in question was in any fashion construed to have any racial overtones, they wrote in a statement. This was a matter of implementing a shop policy with regard to custom work and alterations, and the disagreement was in no way based on the individuals being of color. Connor tweeted his anger, calling for a boycott of the iconic merchant in the gay community. "Guys, I just experienced racism in full force. The owner of the Leatherman just kicked me out after coming in trying to get an outfit made for the Gavin Awards. Please let them know that this behavior will not stand. Do not support this company in any way. Send them a message." Adult performer Max Connor went to the Leatherman store in New York City on December 18th to commission a custom leather top to wear at an upcoming Gavin Awards ceremony in January 2009, where he was nominated for Best Actor, Best Duo, and a couple other things, but we'll go into that later. After the visit and a confrontation of the store's owner, he was asked to leave the space for what he would later call racism full force. In a post to Twitter, according to the owner, though, the debacle was a simple case of disrespect being shown to store employees. Connor was being disrespectful to its employees, so they had to leave. Connor said he and his designer, Maxfield Haynes, went to the iconic leather and fetish store to see if they can market or fabricate designs. Went to the iconic leather and fetish store to see if its leather maker could fabricate designs for an upcoming appearance at the Gavin Awards in January. Connor was nominated for the Gavin Performer of the Year, as well as Best Duo Scene and Best Group Sex Scene. He won Best Duo with his Munchkin from the Land of Oz counterpart, Armand Rizzo. Connor and his stylist approached store employee Scott Jordan, who told them that the leather maker was busy. Connor told Out.com He showed us some things while we waited until the leather maker was ready, Connor said. When the leather maker German Torres became available after 10 minutes later, Connor and Hayes presented him with sketches. They say they were told that while the design was possible, the owner of the store, Chuck Mueller, would probably not allow the look to be made because of its time it would take to create. In an interview, Jordan confirmed their accounts. "That's Chuck's things," Jordan said. "He says I can't just have people come in and do things on the spot. I pay German, the leather maker, a salary, blah, 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 blah." So German says to Max, I would have to take a shirt apart and all that. So by the time it was all done, it would be a costly around $1,500. "It would be better for you to go to another place," he added. Everyone interviewed for this story said that everything was fine. Connor and Hayes returned to the first floor of the two-level space and continued to look around. "I was still very interested in the other products they were selling," Connor said. He and Hayes, who is also a professional ballet dancer, continued to shop. When they were done looking around, they pulled out their phones to call a car, an Uber. That's when the owner comes up to me and says, "We really don't have time to watch people that aren't going to buy anything," Connor said. According to both Connor and Hayes, Connor responded, "Well, you don't have to watch me. We don't need your help." After a brief moment, according to Connor, Mueller then raised his voice and said, "I don't care about all that. You need to get out of my store." Connor said he and Hayes immediately left the store and the employees locked the door behind them, hours before the scheduled closing of the store. There were about 10 other people in the store, says Hayes, who had been to the store before with no issue, but had never interacted with the owner. Mueller and Jordan confirmed that the store was busy that day. Everyone on the floor left with us when they saw what happened. All of the staff that worked there was so respectful. It was just what happened with the owner that was negative. He and Connor say that they were the only two black customers. "That's why I say it was racist," Connor said. "We were the only two black people in the store and we were the only ones asked to leave." Jordan pushed back on the assumption. "The problem is that Chuck is old and he doesn't want phones here," he said. When they came upstairs, he asked them not to use their phone because people come in and take photos and stuff and never leave without buying anything. He said something to him and then that just set him off. "It wasn't a matter of race," Jordan continued. "If they were white, he would have done the same thing. It's his age." Both Connor and Hayes said that no one asked them to put their phones away during their visit into the store. "It's upsetting because I'm dealing with an elderly man who thinks everyone should put their phones away," Jordan said. "That's just the gist of the whole thing. We tried to keep him in the back because we're losing money because he's scaring people away." According to Connor, Hayes, and Jordan came outside to apologize after the incident. On social media, Connor is asking for a boycott of the establishment. The I.A.B. Industry Analysis Bureau reached out to store employee Scott Jordan for comment, and he said, "We do utilize a buzzer system during busy times to allow our sales staff to adequately serve our customers' individual needs. And it was not the case that any specific customers were ever locked out of the premises." They continued referring to allegations that after Connor and Hayes left the store, it was locked behind them. "We regret that any customer would leave the store with such feelings, but we hope that our 5-decade commitment to progressive social values represent the Leatherman's commitment to being a welcoming place for all." Was Max Connor kicked out? Was it racism in full force? Why was Connor reportedly back in the store shopping for the black party 2 months later? If you're accusing them of racism, why didn't you take them to civil court? Why wasn't a lawsuit filed? Why didn't you sue for discrimination or for hate crime? You're accusing someone of full force racism and not file a complaint with the NYPD? Seriously. Moreover, what kind of stylist do you have that doesn't make their own clothes for their clients? That's what a stylist is for. My stylist had my clothes prepared weeks before an event for fittings and altercations. But I guess you haven't reached my level yet. Can you use your phones in the store, or is Mac's claim of cell phones in the store just not true? Will German Tours, the leather maker, refuse our order? Will the store lock the door after we leave? Was this just a publicity stunt? Our data pulled, Max Connor had a meager 42,000 followers prior to his viral tweet. After the dust settled, he had well over 150 followers and countless offers for movies. And so yes, it did do him some publicity. We will find all the answers to your questions as we go undercover and retrace Connor's footsteps to bring you the truth. There's always more to the story, and we'll find out live on Undercover Tuesdays. Right now, inside the Leatherman. Remember, you're always in the mix with Gaytopix. I'm PAPISONGO. Let me get prepared and let's go inside. You're so cute. Mwah. Thank you, Unique. Okay, so here's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna flip the camera over. You see the flag across my ear there? That's the Leatherman. So we're gonna go inside. The reason why I'm standing across the street is because there are people inside and I didn't want them to see me with the camera. So I'm going to hide the camera. Hopefully you can hear me. Can you hear me? Because my microphone is you can see it there, but I don't know if it's on, I don't know if it's brushing, I don't know anything right now, but I'm going to report live inside right now. Because again, according to Max Connor, cell phones are of no use. So I'm not trying to get caught with a cell phone, but we'll see what happens. We're going to retrace his footsteps exactly as he said. And then when I come out, we're going to do Ask Poppy and sound off. Thank you, Unique. We're going to do Ask Poppy and sound off. So ask me any questions while I'm inside. And then when I come outside, I'll answer them for you. Also, I'm going to sound off on what I believe actually did happen. So you don't want to miss me. You don't want to miss this undercover explosive investigation. We're going to be right there in a few seconds, okay? So I'm going to turn the camera around just so you can see, and I'm going to hide my phone. scary. Hi. I was wondering if you can help me. Well, for 3 years in a row, well, I'm going to say 2. 2 years, I was the judges from the Mr. Ego contacted me to see if I wanted to become part of their contestant lineup, but I refused because I don't know anything about the leather community. And then Mall in DC last year, their judges hit me up as well, and I declined that as well. So before the whole ceremony kicks in October and stuff like that, I want to know what it is about what it is that they wear, the hats, the vest, the pants. Do they have significant meanings? What's going on, or is it that I have to know?
The guy to talk to. He knows a lot more about the
and who that may be?
That is Scott.
Okay.
Scott, question for you.
Well, you see, like that shirt that's hanging right there.
Yeah, that's neoprene.
Yeah, see, that's what somebody who would be in the running would wear with a tie.
Like these.
Yeah. See, this is perfect. Yeah. So and apparently there's a meaning behind it, and why they wear it. So I want to know, like, before I go in and answer questions and look like a dumbass.
All right. Well, Scott's
Okay.
He's been involved in the leather community for a long time. He knows a lot of people.
And then you see the hats as well. Like, what do you even call these hats?
Well, trooper cap or biker cap. The trooper is plain. The biker has the lines, the vertical lines.
Okay. Are you taking care?
Yeah, so I really want to take them.
Okay.
I really want to get them finished with this stitching down the bottom.
Okay. And then let them Okay, so you just want to stitch as it is.
Yeah, just that way.
Okay.
But I'm in some massive rush to put the job into this.
Okay. So
It's 15 minutes, so it'll be fine.
okay.
Triple Aries, which means don't upset me. I got upset once here and I yelled at someone and they were begging me to stop yelling and this is somebody yelled at everyone else. And I said, I'm not this. And then he came out and I said, don't ever do that again. Because I don't want to feel the way. I felt like I was going to throw up and pass out right from the film. What's up?
Gentlemen have some questions about.
Oh, okay. I'll get it. Excuse me. What's up? What do you want to
Hey,
know?
Scott. How are you?
Good.
Are these cock rings?
Yeah.
Who has a cock that big? Jesus.
Well, but no, you remember, here's the thing. It goes behind your cock and balls, and that's only 2 inches, 1 7/8.
Okay.
Everybody, you can have a huge cock, but everybody's only this big behind the cock and balls.
You may be right about that.
No, I know. I sell them.
Okay, you do, right?
I sell them, and I don't have a big cock. I have my, I get like that big. And the thing is, someone who gets this big and someone who gets that big, it's still only 2 inches around when you pull the cock and balls out.
Very interesting.
The thing is, you have to know yourself well enough to not panic when it's stuck hard, and then you get panicked and you get stressed,
And blue
then
balls.
you have to get them cut off. And
Well,
these are-
can I feel it?
yeah, they're pretty heavy duty.
Oh, yeah, they are heavy.
Just in the box.
Absolutely. What's your name? I've seen you twice.
Bruiser.
More than twice. Hi, Bruiser.
Wonderful to meet you, and I do this at my shop all day.
Oh, what's up?
Les Chateaux Exotiques in New Hope.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah, I enjoy
Wonderful.
it.
Yay.
Have fun. and-
See you again. Or do you go back to New Hope now?
No, I live in Lansdale, an hour away from it.
Oh, okay.
But I'm back here every other week.
Excellent.
So, and have fun.
Thank you so
They
much.
feel great.
Well, that's not what I'm here for, actually.
You want to know about leather contests?
Well, the whole thing is that the Eagle hit me up. The judges hit me up twice, and I refused to because everyone in the community is telling me that you don't know anything about the leather. You can't be a contestant. No. But I was like, if the judges are hitting me up, then I must have something.
You're right.
I do, right?
No, you're
Thank you.
First of all, people are jealous, they're nasty, they're bitter, and it's not that they are bad people, they're insecure and they tear you down so they'll feel
So
better.
they'll bring themselves up. Yeah,
the
that's
truth is
common.
they're more interested in you as a person. It doesn't matter what you look like, how much leather you own, you know it comes from cows or whatever.
Yes.
And when people say you don't know anything about the leather community, it's your community. We're all
I
gay,
agree.
We're all gay people.
I agree.
And we're all LGBTQ.
I agree.
Go for it.
And
I was
then
going to say to you, if you don't know that much, you have to be sponsored by a bar.
Well, I was also
But
hit
then you
up
said
by the
the
mall
Eagle.
judges
Well, you wanted
and the
to,
mall in DC, and
What I would start out with is the Eagle. You
The
don't
E,
wanna-
'cause it's a
yeah.
step up,
Well,
you
you'll
know,
be
or a
disappointed
platform.
because there is a certain bit of politic, and you want to start slow, and oh, Mr. Eagle, Mr.
Yes.
Eagle runner up,
Yes.
and then Mr. Eagle, and then you go to MIL.
But like I
'cause-
said, if the judges are hitting me up, then I think I have something of quality.
Not necessarily. I
You
mean,
know.
you do.
So
but
they're setting me up to failure?
No, you do have something of quality, but don't for a minute make you think that you won't have to work to win.
Yes, that's true. That's a
They're
good
just
point.
picking contestants right now.
Yes, that's a good
But you
point.
certainly make the cut for that.
Thank you.
And probably more, so go for it. Hi, guys.
Hi.
Am I putting this back here?
Yeah, do I need to?
Nah, yeah.
Okay.
I like your shirt.
Thanks.
So that's my advice. I actually have to run, but
Well,
go
I was
for
hoping
it.
you could help me more because
I
apparently.
can't right now. Anyone else can. What do you need to
Well,
know?
because apparently, like everything that they wear, like let's say this with the tie, it means something.
You
What
know
does it
you should do?
mean?
You should go online and Google the Leatherman's Handbook. Can I write that down for you?
Please.
And read that first before you even come back.
Okay.
Because that will tell you every single thing. And you're a smart guy. You just need to read up on it, and then you can come back and go, I want a vest, I want this, I want that.
Okay. So then, while you take care of those guys, can I
I'm
get
not
like?
taking care of those guys. I'm
Oh.
leaving to go
Oh.
home and walk my dog. And then I'm
I just
going-
finished walking mine.
Then I'm going to California for 2 months.
Oh wow. What's in Cali?
My house in Palm Springs.
Lucky you.
The Leatherman.
I was actually
Hang on,
just-
stop talking. Get used to sirs interrupting you. That's
I have
part of
never
it.
been had a star, I should say.
Oh, it's by Larry Townsend. He was an old Leatherman from way back. I knew him, but he set the standard, for Leathermen and the contests and everything else. And also, look up Chuck Renslow. He started International Mr. Leather, and my ex is on the board of directors there. So I'm could be a judge. I'm around. I'm part of the community. I don't.
So you-
judge.
you're gonna be
Well,
in
no,
DC?
I'm a performer. That's me
Okay.
right there on that flyer.
Oh wow.
Do that. I'll be gone for 2 months, but you can come and talk to any of the staff here. all right?
Okay. Thank you so much,
Oh, you're very welcome.
Look at that. This is a nice harness, though.
Hello, down there. I need a person.
Yeah, somebody come up.
Hey, Andre. I need to go.
Hi. Can I get an estimate
On
on a few things? Because I was doing I'm being nominated to be a contestant in the Leatherman or Mr. Eagle and then the mall in January.
Okay.
So the whole ensemble, what is that roughly gonna cost me? I'm sorry.
So what
Well,
are
I
you-
asked
you're
Scott like what does it mean, like which pants do I get and stuff like that, but he told me to look up this guy.
Oh yeah, the Leatherman's Handbook.
It'll definitely help me out with information. Or do you know any information you could be
I've
helpful?
read the Leatherman's Handbook. It is kind of hard for me to navigate.
Does every contestant have to read the book?
It's a good primer. It's basically where we get all of our code and everything from.
Okay.
It's pretty essential. It's just really bad.
I just do.
Like I have a copy at home and I.
And see, I'm horrible at reading. I'd rather actually just see it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
With technology now, you know.
Yeah, it's it's just kind of hard to navigate through it.
So maybe you can help me though. Like, what are like each pieces mean? Like you see that shirt there
Yeah.
that's hanging there, and then they put the tie on. So like, what does that mean? And then they wear the hat
It
and.
doesn't really have a meaning. It's just more of a...
See, I was told I can't run unless I actually know what that means. Exactly.
Andre. Here, I'm going to have him field some of these questions to tease
Okay.
out a little bit.
Okay. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Actually, so he's busy.
Well, just give me a rough estimate, so I'll be prepared. Because you know, the Mr. Eagle is in October, so.
Pants are expensive.
But you see, like, how do you know which ones to pick? Well, see, like even with this T-shirt, I would wear something like this as opposed to this. You know?
You said IML?
Yes, I-A-L. M-A-L. Excuse me. Mid-Atlantic leather. You see? Oh, they're trying to get you to go. But you see his outfit?
Yeah, I'm trying to see what they have the... Interview, pre-judging, manager, personnel.
I thought Scott was going to be a judge. So maybe get some good, like, points before the show.
Formal leather. Each contestant will appear on stage in formal leather wear of their choice and will answer a question asked by the MC. Remember that judges will be assessing your attitude, presence, and competence in all
So you see, that's where the handbook comes in. I have to know something, because then I'm going to look like a Miss America or something, you know?
Well, just formal leather wear, so it's going to be like a police shirt,
This?
pants,
What did you call this?
police shirt,
A police shirt?
police,
Police. Oh, okay.
and a hat. Probably the Sam Brown belt, which is this.
Oh, that's hot. And I could wear this just by itself. I don't need that shirt.
That you do need formal.
Okay.
For formals, you're going to need a shirt.
Okay.
Formal boots are downstairs, and gloves, which we have over here. So
Gloves too?
Andre, can you list off or do you know the pieces that need work?
Hi, we're back. Live on Christopher Street, across the street from the Leatherman, New York City. Sorry I got cut off, but there's no cell phones in the store. And they saw it, and I had to cut it off. I apologize for that, but Max Connor, again, was wrong. So after, hi Kev, after going into the store and observing things and asking questions and things like that, the only thing that I found kind of disrespectful of the Leatherman was that Scott, the owner, was rushing to get me out. But as you heard in the audio, or I'm not sure if you heard of it because it got cut off, that he was in a rush to get home. So that was only understandable, where he had 3 other staff available to actually help answer the questions that I needed. But he was very insightful with his information. He was very helpful with me by giving me phone numbers and names and contacts of people who I needed to contact, all that good stuff. So I can brush off of the fact that he was trying to rush to get out, you know. So I didn't experience racism at all. I didn't feel any kind of racist things. There were black people in the store, if you noticed. So I didn't see anything racist. I didn't know anything racist going on. There was also a push button. I don't know if you saw it when I was had the camera facing the door. You can actually see the button where the door locks automatically. So whoever leaves the store, the door locks automatically. So the accusation that Max Connor made that the employees locked the door was fabricated. The door locks itself, and you push the green button to open it. I don't know about you, but I'm from the projects, and every project door has the same kind of door. You have to push the button in order for the door to open for you to get out. I don't know what he was doing or what he believed, but after what I just experienced, my opinion is he was truly being a diva. Now I'm gonna go into the several holes in his story in a second, but I really believe, like all other people, he let fame get to his head, because this happened on December 18th, 2018. He was a nobody back then. A nobody. Nobody knew who he was. Nobody heard of him. He didn't even have a right stylist who makes clothes for him. He had to go somewhere else to make clothes. What kind of stylist is that? But here's my rebuttal, and I'm going to leave it at that. In my opinion, there's several holes into Max Connor's testimony. 10 to be exact. They include, first and foremost, I truly believe, based on the dramatic increase in his Twitter followers, along with his nomination for Best Actor and Best Duo, and the creation of his production company, House of Connor, Max only said it was racism to stir up the pot and get media attention, because he let fame obviously get to his head. So he became a diva. Like everybody else who becomes famous, they become a diva, and the demands become too demanding for people to be. So I'm going to call him, instead of being a munchkin from the land of Oz, I'm going to call Max Connor Duchess Difficult. No, Megan, no, Megan is not Duchess Difficult. Max Connor is, because she thinks she's a diva. Secondly, literally a year ago, no one heard of Max Connor. He was a name no one knew or cared about. He was a loser. Loser. Thirdly, I introduced him to Chi LaRue and Armand Rizzo on Twitter after he apparently allegedly fucked Chi. Max became a star, and everyone wanted to film him, and everyone wanted to be in a film with him. That introduction also made his first exclusive scene with Normal, which is why Max and Ahmad snatched a trophy at this year's Gavin Awards. I suspect that was a setup too. With all the racism facing Normal and the industry, they needed to make an example out of someone, so they gave Max the award. It took Ahmad years to win a trophy, but because Max was black and Chi was MC, you put two and two together. Coincidence? I think not. There's always more to the story, and I.A.B, Industry Analysis Bureau, is here. Bring it to you live every day. I'm PAPISONGO. You're always in the mix with Gaytopix. Anyway, Max and Rizzo received highly acclaimed praise in the industry, and Normal launched in less than a year after that. They were both successful, to say the least. They became the studio every actor wanted to work for, so I feel he needed to publicly promote the site, so actors can be made known of the site and want to work for the site. Thirdly, yeah, I only up to number 3, and there's 10. Thirdly, he must not know what his ancestors had to endure by growing up gay and black before the Stonewall era and being a porn star. As a gay black man who lives in Harlem told me once how I have it so lucky to be called gay. because when he grew up, he was called faggot. With that statement alone, I find it suspect that he never filed a complaint with the 10th Precinct here in New York City or filed a civil suit in court against the Leatherman. Why didn't he go to Al Sharpton, who's known for racism and helping people who are alleged racists and getting them the justice that they need? Why didn't he go to Al Sharpton? Come on, this is all... I'm getting to something because this is all fake. He created this whole illusion for the public to go wild and get to know him, and so he can become a star. This is all fabricated because this is not what I just experienced in the Leatherman. Fourthly, the witnesses and everyone else, including Max, had to leave the store. You didn't get kicked out. Any altercation can damage merchandise and will not be tolerated. So everyone had to leave the store. So because Max and the leather maker got into a tiff and the altercation started and yelling and shouting and all this good stuff that faggots do, they had to leave the store. Everybody had to leave the store. Again, when he left the store, he claims that they locked him out. No, the door locked itself out. You had to push the button to get out. Oh my God, I'm getting so frustrated because I can't believe that people believe this crap. Fifth, if it is store policy to lock the door behind every customer for security reasons. Now that I can believe true. Because in a store like that, one garment or one harness cost me $68. $68, and it was just one strap. So anybody can easily walk in and walk out with the shit. So they have to lock the door behind them. Or the door has to be locked behind everyone who comes in. And if you didn't remember or recollect, because I suspect all the drug use that you do, you don't remember. But if you recollect, you have to buzz to get in. So what are you talking about that they locked you out? Oh. 6. Now this is where the I.A.B. will get your opinion to change as well. Now get this. He claims a store of racism, right? And he wanted a boycott of the store, right? But he went to them to make them an out. His stylist went to the leather maker to make him an outfit on December 18th, days before Christmas, days before the Christmas holiday, days before Christmas vacation, and only weeks before the Gavin Awards ceremony. So, and to me, you're not being sympathetic or humble to this man and his family on Christmas. Because you're not being respectful to him or anybody because you just want your shit made. That is a diva demand. You are a diva, in my opinion. Max knew since September, when the nominations were announced, that he was being nominated for 3 categories. So you had till September to make that outfit. But you went literally days before Christmas and 2 weeks before the ceremony to get your outfit made in a rush. Which the leather maker then implied, which I told you earlier in this broadcast, that he couldn't make it because he'd rather just go somewhere else to make it and get it in the time that he needed it made done. Eighth, why did it take you just a week before Christmas to belittle, berate, ridicule, and demean a senior citizen? A senior citizen. Have you no respect for the elderly? He's an old man, apparently in his 80s or 70s. And you're yelling and screaming at him because he don't want to rush to make you an outfit? That sounds like a Mariah Carey diva moment to me too. So I'm not sure. 9th, it was Christmas time, one of the most busiest. It was Christmas time, one of the most busiest year for the Leatherman. Why should the leather maker stop his workload just to make you, Max Connor, an outfit? What makes you so special from everyone else who pays them money? And you were just trying to look for an alteration to an outfit that you were going to lessen the price for. I'm more than certain you couldn't afford that $1,500. Weren't you thinking about his family and the holidays all in together in itself? That sounds very selfish to me. 10th, what kind of stylist doesn't make their own clothes for their client? Or at least have a few outfits lined up for you to choose from weeks in advance for fittings for these events. Now that's a stylist. I don't know what you have, but you need somebody new. He needs to be fired and let go.
I gotta go.
And you need to get out your head because you're not all that. I should hope you get custom fitted now that you live in a Manhattan penthouse with a stylist who makes your clothes like the star you are trying to become. Max was a nobody trying to get his name in the public to win that award, which worked because he did win the award. Lastly, but most importantly, if you wanted your fans to boycott the establishment, what were you doing seen coming out of the store looking for an outfit in March for the black party? If you wanted to boycott the store, you should be nowhere near it. But yet 2 months later, you're in the store shopping. All of these allegations are frivolous and biased against the Leatherman, and in my opinion, I think Max Connor was the racist. Because he didn't get what he wanted, so he played the race card and therefore got the publicity he needed and 150,000 followers on Twitter. That's my opinion, and I'm sticking to it. You heard it here first. Remember, you're always in the mix with Gaytopix. I'm your host, PAPISONGO. Stay tuned tomorrow for Drag Wednesdays as we talk everything drag, race, and beyond. From Mama Ru herself to your favorite drag queens, we're here to spill the tea. Again, I'm your host, PAPISONGO. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Please follow me everywhere on social media. And please have a blessed day. Bye. We're here to spill the tea on Drag Wednesdays. Find out what we're all talking about. Stay tuned tomorrow live at 3 p.m. I'm PAPISONGO. Remember, you're always in the mix with Gaytopix.